For today's cup of coffee,
Cup of coffee.
I have had that song by Enigma, Return to Innocence, on my heart and in my spirit, and has been playing it lots over the past couple of days. It's a wonderful song, but the video is also so good.
It is. It is.
And there is just this, it is this amazing, there is an innocence to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and Enigma was, when they came out with their first album, that was unlike anything else.
It was.
Especially those of us that really enjoy Gregorian chants.
Uh-huh.
And have that mixed with dance.
Is that a Gregorian chant?
No, that one on Return to Innocence. That's a Native American chant.
Yeah.
But the first album by Enigma definitely did have the Gregorian element in with it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because musically I'm all over the page, because I can be.
Yeah.
I don't understand why anybody would limit themselves to anything musically or whatever.
I don't know, because they live very, I don't know, unseasoned lives.
There's so many things to explore.
It's like they have bland taste in music, and then they have bland taste in food.
Yeah,
There's
a lot of
people
times.
that don't season their food.
Yeah. And it's like, why?
Don't know.
There's spices that's out there that we don't even know exists.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I want to find them, and I want to try them, and I want to see how they, some of them will be wonderful, and some of them will smell like feet, and, because
They smell like feet, but taste wonderful.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true on some of these things. Mm-hmm. But just interesting and different thought, and I guess that is one of the blessings of ADHD, is that, to let your mind wander and question, and we have internet, and to use that in a positive way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To sit there and go, wonder if.
Wonder, what will this do?
And to wake up.
What do?
To wake up pondering different things. And that was just like, it's always the pharmacy that I use, and the wonderful people that work there. And they've known me for many years.
Mm-hmm.
And to have to call and say, I got a hankering for grapefruit juice.
Will this affect my medications?
Yeah, because you have to. Grapefruit juice is something that can affect the absorption of different medications.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't think about it, but it does.
It does.
And so the pharmacist was kind enough, and he's like, no, the only thing is Allegra in it, and all it does is it can reduce the efficacy a little bit. And it's like, oh, that's fine.
Yeah, it's all right. Explain what efficacy is.
As far as its benefits, it makes it a little bit weaker.
Okay.
Is what it is. But now, different medications, it can have a greater effect.
Mm-hmm.
I think especially like blood thinners, you have to be really, really careful if you're on anything if you do anything and you're taking some kind of blood thinner.
Yeah.
Drink water.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the best ways historically to drink water, because chronic dehydration will cause the fluids in your body to be thick. That's sort of common sense.
Yeah. I saw something on TikTok. It was like, when was the last time that you watered your water sign?
Oh, God damn. But then it's like the train of thought was with the 100th monkey, and about things becoming, with the DNA memory. And so I have themes that carry over from day to day. Mm-hmm. And wondering, it's like, is internet or anything like that, because there are studies, we discussed this several cups ago, about how that internet is actually adversely affecting the physical structure of brains.
Yeah. Yeah.
And dehydration will do that too, to make your brain smaller.
Damn, I must be dehydrated all hell and back.
That's the reason people get headaches. It's brain shrinkage. It's literal shrinkage of the teeth. I mean,
Smooth brain gang.
It doesn't go down to the size of a walnut or anything like that. Well, some people don't have a whole lot to work with.
Carl Weezer's brain. I got Carl Weezer's brain. His brain was about the size of a walnut.
So to ponder these things with just random strangers, because we do random.
We do.
And that was just like, as far as the meth head Sasquatch discussion on the porch the other night. Yeah.
Look like a skinny foot.
Scotch, he's shaking a bottle. And we do wonder what our neighbors think. I think that's why they stay in the house as much as they do.
I think so. I think we weird them out sometimes. This is a small area, not many people around.
And voices carry.
They do. And we're loud.
Well, I don't know that we're that loud. It's just that we project our voices.
That's being
we
loud.
Have strong voices.
Yeah.
So, incoming coffee slurp. Mm-hmm.
You got to do the slurpage with the coffee.
I can't, because I'll end up strangling myself and then have to edit because I've choked half to death.
Well, that's when you cut just before the coffee, and then that's it.
It's choking. It's like it's allergy season. Allergy season has not really gone away yet.
No.
And so the throat clearing, and I know it's annoying for me. I know it's annoying for everybody else.
No.
Well, it's human. We're live. We're real.
Yeah. Now, if it goes on for an extended period of time, yeah, it can get annoying.
Oh, God, the area where my husband is from, God love him. Those people, it's just, there's some sinus issue going around down there.
Or even like when...
Horrible sinus issues.
And then you get in a coughing spell, and then you cough so much that you start to annoy yourself, and it's like,
So it's a little bit of horseradish root. I need to grow the horseradish root. Found out that the strength of the horseradish root, and I haven't found, even as far as trying to preserve those,
yes,
it loses strength. And it's not that I need it all the time. So I guess it's a matter of planning for, planting to make a run of horseradish syrup, which is honey and horseradish. It's not hard. Now, your house will smell like a level of hell for 2 or 3 days after you make a run of that.
Yeah. Open the windows during when you make that.
Because you grate 2 cups of horseradish root. You put about a medium-sized jar of honey. And simmer that in a saucepan. Strain it, get the liquid out of it. Take the gratings, put it back in a saucepan. Just enough water to cover the gratings. Boil that again gently.
Yes. Take
that liquid, put that, strain that. You can throw the rest of the horseradish out, because what you're wanting is the liquid. And it's some of the best stuff in the world if you've got cough, any of that stuff.
Yep.
And because that it is watered down, I guess and I always stored it in the refrigerator. So, but trying to find horseradish root for years now in the stores. I used to get it.
Right.
And you can't.
No. It's wasabi. We don't even get real wasabi. That's all it is horseradish with green dye in it.
It is. Stupid Americans. It'll open your sinuses up. It's good for your sinuses. It's good for your digestion.
Yeah. I don't think...
if you live through it.
I don't know if Japanese wasabi is that spicy, though.
I don't know. It would be interesting to find out. If y'all know if you've actually eaten real Japanese wasabi, let us know if there's any similarities.
Can you get it imported? Or is
I
it
don't
illegal?
I don't think they allow that outside of the country, actually. The seeds or anything. I'll have to look into that, but I don't think they do.
Because they don't want people in... What is it? They don't people wanting to overdo the wasabi farms. Is that what it is?
I don't blame them.
They don't want people to they're being threatened, their wasabi business being threatened.
Well, that's okay. If they want to keep that specific to their country, I have no problem with that. You have to visit Japan to experience some things. Yeah, so there's nothing wrong with that.
Give us the wasabi, those who cannot travel.
Just describe it to us. It's the comparison between American horseradish and wasabi.
Yeah.
Now, within the DNA study and looking up these things, because I have modern-day Library of Alexandria at my fingertips, I found something else. There's always something that's disturbing out there, especially in today's world.
Yep.
And I found this highly disturbing, and it goes in with the DNA. There was nothing that I could find out about is, if internet usage and stuff is disrupting DNA.
Mm-hmm.
And because that may be a question that's just something new. But this is not new. That made it more disturbing. And oh my God, there was no way that I could pronounce this person's name. Oh, no. Anyhow, this comes from LiveScience.com.
Uh-huh.
And I will put the link in the description, and because I'm not going to try to pronounce. Mountain Speak does not speak other languages.
It can only go so far.
We can only go so far. Scientists have created a new biocomputing chip. Biocomputing. I had not heard that term before.
So it can read DNA.
Yes, that makes calculations using a DNA substrate, including mathematical operations essential to artificial intelligence training and big data processing.
They're trying to make cyborgs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like full-on cyborgs.
Yeah. Yeah, this is... I mean, we hear a whole lot as far as like the brain chipping and that type thing. This was my first introduction that this is a thing. It says researchers described the new biochipping platform October the 19th of 2023 in the journal PLOS One. DNA is known as the blueprint for life and encodes genetic information like data can be encoded onto electronic-based storage devices. DNA-based devices have previously been used to encode data on a small scale, but this prototype chip uses DNA to process data too. So they've been doing this for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, that's scary that this is happening.
And study co-author Amlin Gangley, head of the Department of Computer Engineering at the Rochester Institute of Technology, said in a statement, quote, DNA is excellent at storing information. In fact, it is much better than the electronic modes of memory because it has about 3 to 6 orders of magnitude more compact than most memory hardware that we have. It is also much more reliable and durable. Yes, because God made it, not man.
Right.
DNA has long been proposed as a more effective way to store data than conventional methods such as hard drives and solid-state drives, and companies such as Microsoft have also identified DNA as one candidate to store and manage skyrocketing amounts of data. Researchers have previously built DNA-based storage devices, including encoding the DNA molecules of bacteria with a video of a horse in 2017.
That's not right. Y'all are trying to play God here, making your own beings. No, don't do that.
It says, but data transfer speeds on DNA-based storage platforms are much slower than conventional storage devices, according to a 2018 paper published in the journal 3 Biotech. DNA storage is also much more expensive to manufacture. In addition, not just storing but processing data on devices built from DNA has been relatively unexplored. This is a big ethics thing here. And in the study, Gangley and his team investigated how to manipulate DNA at the molecular level to mirror many of the functions that DNA shares with computing, such as sequencing, reading the data, and synthesizing, writing data. The encoded data on the DNA, I think it's supposed to be they encoded data on the DNA by nicking strands at various points to represent the ones and zeros of binary code, and represented different calculations by using a network of microfluidic channels. This transfers fluids around an integrated circuit to perform functions as chemical reactions.
Oh, this ain't good.
They found they could store and process data on the same chip and perform basic calculations that may one day help to train artificial intelligence models. DNA-based data processing offers many benefits, according to the paper. Unlike in conventional computing, the storage and computing components are handled by the same component rather than separate ones, although this is not a benefit isolated to DNA storage. This means that because DNA can store up to 1,000 times more data per unit volume than SSDs can, processing that data becomes more efficient. DNA processing can also offer, quote, unprecedented parallelism, unquote, by conducting billions of operations simultaneously, the scientists wrote in the paper. This new device is a proof of concept, but the scientists hope that by scaling the device, it can one day be used to train AI systems. And Gangley said in a statement, adding that a computer made from a DNA substrate could be far more environmentally sustainable than traditional electronics, quote, that is the bridge from storage to computation and using DNA as a vehicle to do the computation, end quote. Now, I find that highly
disturbing.
Yeah.
That's trying to play God. That's what they're doing. They're trying to play God.
I think so. I mean, why do they do this? Why do they need this?
They don't. Like, this does not need to be a thing. That's the only thing I can really think of.
And
is if
it's
the
like,
devil's trying to do something that the devil's trying to be God and make his own creations again.
Sure. Absolutely. It is Nephilim 2.0 again. That's going on in so many different, flavors and varieties right now that it's it's just staggering.
It's not fun. Not fun.
Now, it's like, of all the things that they could do to sit there and go, oh, we must combine human DNA with machines to make, what's the end goal on this? Honest to God, what is the end goal?
Terminator.
I think so. That's what it sounds like. That was a rough movie.
Yeah. Maybe we need to watch that again just to see how it plays out.
Yeah, well,
wasn't there multiple installations?
Mm-hmm.
Did they ever beat the robots?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But it was just one of those things that it's like, if you can prevent a problem, why wouldn't you?
Right.
Some of these people need to be told, no, don't do that. People don't like the word no. People don't like to be, as far as sitting there going, you're not seeing the long-term possibilities of this. I always look for how something can be misused.
Yeah. I mean, this can be misused so fast, and it shouldn't be.
Right. So it's just strange. It's very strange.
So are they planning on implanting these
we don't know.
chips into people, or are they going to create their own biological shell of sorts?
We don't know.
Bioengineered shell.
Well, you think about it. If you've got that's part human, they can't create a soul.
No. Unless somehow they have like a soul transfer machine.
Well, that ain't.
That's not a thing.
Mm-mm. And that's one of the reasons that there are so many people that are wanting to discredit religion, any kind of belief system that discusses the soul.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Yeah. Because they sold theirs.
Some scary shit going on.
It is some scary shit. It really is. And, some of this stuff, you're like, okay, they've already done it. The genie is out of the bottle. Now what the hell do we do?
Wait. Watch it. Basically wait and watch it play out until God does something.
Yeah. I think it's about the only thing we can do right now. It's just like those chimeras, and we reported on that. It's been quite a while ago that they had extended it to where these things could live longer. Mm-hmm. And then they're supposed to destroy them. Does anybody actually believe that the government does any of the things that they say that they're going to do?
No.
Other than God-loving Mudahar. And I'm like, God love you. He's Canadian.
Actually, yeah.
I love Mutahar. I do.
He's one of the many people that just is willing to pass off anything.
But if he thinks that these governments are just telling the truth to people...
that's because he works with them.
Oh, that makes sense. I
that,
don't know. I know he's up there. He's
Canadian.
Canadian.
With them.
He's Canadian, but he will not say anything untoward or throw any shade towards governments or anything like that.
Right. I'm pretty sure he works with them.
Well, yeah, I'm sure that's him not wanting to bite the hand that feeds him. Right. I get it. But that's just like any of these scientific papers and stuff. And maybe it's just me, because I have read so many of these things over the years. All this shit is conflicting. A lot of the stuff that says it's been peer-reviewed, it has not been. A lot of it is so much bullshit, there's so much bad science, that if somebody really did come up with something that was revolutionary, you would have to prove it to people before they would even believe it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that's true. A lot of people are like, you have to see it to believe it.
Mm-hmm. Because everybody's faith has been shaken in some of these institutions that we once, we trusted. Mm-hmm. And we have been betrayed, flat out. And so it's one of those, once somebody is betrayed, that is trauma. Mm-hmm. And as far as to sit there and do that gaslighting thing, oh, well, I'm sorry. No, I counseled people that had been abused. I know what that honeymoon phase looks like. Until the next hit comes. Mm-hmm. At a certain point, you just have to sit there and go, nope, a restraining order, you gone. You gone. Don't call me no more. None of it. Mm-hmm. Just that person no longer, they have, they do not deserve to be allowed in somebody else's life.
Right.
You do not have to put up with abuse.
Right.
And that includes from different institutions.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I think we're seeing some pushback. At least people are being able to dialogue and talk about these things right now. And it needs to be talked about.
It does need to be talked about.
Because some of these scientists that are doing some of these things, they may not have thought about, this may have some really, really bad things down the road. Maybe we shouldn't.
That's the thing. I think some people are just blinded.
Well, and it is one of those, I was going to say, go into that blinded me with science. But when they are to sit there and that question, and that's why you have to have somebody with ethics, with morality, with spirituality, to counter that and go, you're crossing a line.
Right.
Do not mess in things that are sacred.
Nope. You don't do that. That's disrespect, massive disrespect, which comes back on you.
Sure, it does. So that was just one of those that I found it disturbing. This is why, as far as trying to find the ghost things and stuff like that, hell, there's so many spirits walking amongst us anymore, you don't have to be looking for a haunted house.
Right.
Craziness.
Yep.
Final thoughts on this, kid?
It's some shit. And it shouldn't be. It's not supposed to be.
Yeah. And that's one of the quotes I use frequently, and I can't remember if it is Isaac Asimov or whoever it was talking about that we are at a level where the technology is exceeding the morality.
Yeah.
And I'm paraphrasing horribly, I know, but...
Well, no, that's true.
But I mean, as far as the exact quote, I don't have it in front of me, but that's the basis of it.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with pausing a moment.
No.
And sitting there going, okay, we've got these problems, let's identify the problems we have, fix those problems before we start creating new problems.
And somehow they want to just run away from those problems and hide and pretend those problems aren't there until like new problems emerge, and then they do the same thing and nothing gets solved.
Buckaroo Banzai, no matter where you go, there you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow, disturbing stuff, and we continue to pray, be in constant prayer always. That is our hope.
Yeah.
If you've had experiences with paranormal or supernatural encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, if you would like to tell us your weird science stories, please put those in the comments. I really enjoy reading the comments.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can email us, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. And that, it really is in the description box. It takes me a while. I'm a little slow on stuff as far as emails, switching out the description box.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I read that. I probably need to go back and read that. I know it's got a lot of legal stuff.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of cover our ass stuff.
Yeah.
It's like we just a podling cast.
We are just a podling cast.
Take what we say with a grain of salt. Think for yourselves.
Yep. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. Thank you all, and have a good.
Now we'll put the link to the article in there. And know that you are loved.
Yes.
You are created for purpose. You are created to be loved and to love. Just remember that, no matter what. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup. Bye.
Bye.